We are in Bournemouth, battle on the beach. Headlining in the hometown is Billam-Smith fighting against Chamberlain. But before we get to that, we have a huge undercard. Ben, I'm going to come to you. Everything is on this undercard. We've got 50-50 fights. We've got Olympians. We've got debutants. What a bill.
Yeah, it's exciting, especially for these three up here. Frazer, obviously, he debuted in Cornbrook. It wasn't the fight that we wanted in the end, and then he got injured. Let's be honest, it was a disastrous start. Now we get to go again. Now we get to be active. I'm surprised that you're back so early, if I'm honest. I'm very, very happy with that, and really glad for him to be back. He's taking a tough test on July 30th. It shows his intention. It shows how quickly he wants to move, and we think he's going to be at the top of the British heavyweight scene very, very soon.
I'm going to go to the debutant first. This is probably one of the most anticipated debuts I've seen. You've already got a big profile, done a lot of talking. People are expecting big things, but it seems as though you like the pressure. You want the pressure.
Well, you know, pressure makes diamonds, and you've seen my watch already. But there's a lot of talking been done. Saturday I have to back it up, and I believe I will.
You've seemed to have had a constant wait for this debut. Everything seems to have been delayed. But is that an advantage because it's giving you more time with the man next to you, Sugar Hill?
100%. You have to take the positive out of it. I was ready for 2nd of July, but you know, the little pushback was a good thing for me. More time to develop, more time to learn my craft, and more time to mature as a professional.
You took yourself away for this camp, and I would usually say, you know, you have less distractions when you're away, but you were in Miami. How was that? How did you find camp?
Yeah, you know, I heard I was going to Miami, and a lot of people was always wild out there. You don't want to be going there. But I was in a nice place called Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. Yeah. Nice and quiet, and it just took me out of my comfort zone. And the only thing that was upsetting to me was a lot of cockroaches and lizards.
I've heard about them.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
You're a professional now. It is a different game. It's a different style. The opponents are rugged, they're tough. What adaptations have you had to make in this camp to make sure that you're able to bring your amateur accolades into the pro game?
Yeah, it's all about finesse, all about polishing what I've already got. And with the man beside me, that's what I believe I've been doing. It's we've been about 8 weeks together, and I can feel myself getting better already. So imagine 12 months together.
Let's go to Sugar Hill. You have a fighter here who is naturally gifted, very strong mentally, very confident. How is he adapting to the Kronk style?
Well, to me, Ben is adapting just how I believe he would. Many people may not know that Thomas Hearns is Ben's favorite fighter. So he's been watching him his whole life and actually getting some more basics and getting some more ideas mentally and physically and understanding exactly what Thomas Hearns was doing. He was knocking people out. And I see it coming together just fine. So Saturday night is what I expect is a knockout. And in the future, I'll expect Ben and Whittaker to have many knockouts, exciting knockouts like Thomas Hearns.
It's obviously the first step in a long journey, but how far do you think Ben can go, and how fast?
I think Ben goes to the top. It's my gut feeling. How fast, I don't know. It just depends on how much time we keep spending together. The more time we spend together, the faster things move.
Ben, I'm going to come to you next. What are your plans for Ben? You know, he's got a huge future ahead of him, but boxing is a business as well, and you have to do things at the right time.
It was July last year when we first tried to contact Ben. It's 12 months later. It's taken a long time. I'm so excited that he's now debuting. I've spoken to a lot of people in Sky, there's never been someone that's had a debut as anticipated, maybe Anthony Joshua, but maybe not, as Ben Whittaker. I think a lot of people expect a lot from him. Sugar Hill, as he just said, expects him to get to the top. He wouldn't be working with him if he wasn't certain he was going to get to the top. It's going to be a crazy journey. I think as a promoter, we want to make the right steps. He has the potential to be a superstar, not just a very, very good boxer, but a superstar, and that's important in the modern game of boxing. So debuts on July 30th, looks to be out very, very shortly after, and then we want to build his following. We think we have here someone that's going to carry the torch for the whole of British boxing for the next few years, and this will be an amazing moment for his debut, and one he'll remember, one Sugar will remember, and one people will look back on for a long time.
Frazer, I'm going to come to you next. You seem to be the people's champion. Everyone loves you. You are Mr. GB, team captain of the GB team that has achieved the most in 100 years, I think it is. You're usually ringside and the loudest voice there. It's your turn again. You debuted out in February, hurt your thumb. How's the thumb?
Yeah, the thumb's better, and you can catch a ringside. And if I wasn't fighting tomorrow, I'd be cheering on my teammates. I'd be there shouting for Caroline, and they're shouting for Ben. It's just the person I am.
You've shared the ring with some of the best in the world already. Does that give you the confidence that you're able to pretty much breeze through the domestic scene and onto European and world honours?
No, I don't think, that's in the past, and I think talk is very cheap, especially in professional boxing. I've seen it too many times, people, put on a pedestal and you just become a target to get knocked down. I want to prove myself, and, the way I'll do that is by getting better opponents. So any of you guys are in the pub, you'll be lucky. We ain't be dragging you out the pub to fight on Saturday, like the first one. I just want the better opponents and slowly, work my way up the ladder.
You've already seemed to have a couple of spats online with some boxers. Obviously, it's still very early on in your career, but are people beginning to go on your list of potential opponents later on down the line?
If it makes sense, absolutely. I think, domestic clashes are such a big part of British boxing, and I definitely want to be involved in them, especially if they're leading up, taking me in the right direction. So they will happen in due time. Let's remember, I've got respect for everyone as fighters. I just believe I'm the best.
Caroline, I'll come to you next. Welcome to Bournemouth. You stopped your opponent last time out with a horrific body shot. It hurt me, to be fair. Do you feel like you are progressing well under Shane McGuigan? He's obviously one of the best coaches in the world. Do you feel like he's the perfect match for you?
For sure. I feel like all my learning is getting done in the gym. Obviously these fights are good for getting us ready for fighting under the lights and everything, but at the end of the day, all the learning has to be done in the gym, and that's what we're working on every day, day in, day out. So I definitely feel like I've come on leaps and bounds.
Women's boxing is, growing every day, and you are tipped to be perhaps one of the biggest stars in women's boxing ever, maybe even transcend the sport. Do you feel the weight of that pressure, or do you just take it day by day?
I take it day by day. I just enjoy getting in the ring. I enjoy sparring. Every time I get in the ring and spar, I get more confidence in myself. I spar the boys, I spar the women. I've been sparring some great people this camp, heavier than me, bigger than me, and more experienced. And how I'm conducting myself in the ring is giving me the confidence that I can go all the way in this game.
Ben, before these three fighters were sat here, it was one of your main objectives to get the Olympians. You got them all. How happy are you?
We got the ones we wanted. We didn't get them all. We got the ones we wanted. I think just on Caroline, her progression is everything that we expected. Incredible at her age to be on these big cards and just be taking it in the stride. But yeah, to have these three up here on a card, it really is a milestone. We had our first show in last October. We're now sat here in July with these three as chief support to an amazing card in Bournemouth for 50-50, huge cruiserweight clash. But yeah, it shows how far we're coming as a company, and these three I expect to be huge stars in the world of boxing, never mind British boxing.
I'm sure they will be. We wish you all well on Saturday night. The fighters will be conducting a public workout shortly, so don't go anywhere. You can get the remaining tickets, just a few of them, at boxer.com.